Hello, hello, and welcome to this new episode of Arise, because it's morning, of Edit Like a Pro with me, Stanley Mitch. This is Mastech Studio Githurai 44. Yesterday, we did an edit that I didn't explain because I had clients sitting in. We were discussing business as I edit, so I couldn't have microphones on or cameras. However, and that video for this one is the most immediate one. Partly why I'm discussing it is because I also did not show you the video for the behind scene of that photo shoot. So I'll show you that, and then I'll show you the immediate following one. And then I'll show you the immediate following one that we are going to edit, and then we do the do. So I'm here to show you the video for the behind scene of that photo shoot, and then we move quickly to what followed it. I'm looking for that video. Found it. Here's the video, and the client I want to show you is the one seated here, so I'll fast forward it. This conversation you see us having is the conversation we ask each other basic questions. Question number 1, how many photos do you want? 2, what are the photos for? So if you say it's for your birthday, then I'll ask you when. Because then, if the day you want me to deliver, I'm incapable of delivering because of the workload, then I'll tell you straight up, no, we cannot deliver by that day. You'll have to wait 4 days more, 2 days more, 1 day more, 48 hours more. Then she decides from the onset whether she wants to shoot with us, because mostly if that conversation is not had, it causes a lot of friction. So you ask what for, so that you shoot photos that are relevant to the shoot you're about to do. You don't pose as someone who is trying to shoot for a graduation shoot or a church inauguration as the way you would pose someone who is supposed to just look sexy for a birthday shoot. So the purpose for a photo shoot also somehow dictates your poses. There is a kind of pose you cannot do for a certain kind of reason. Then from there, you ask how many photos someone wants, so that if somebody said they want 2 and you do 5 poses, chances are they'll find 2 photos from the 5 poses. But then if they say they want 1 and then you do 3 poses, then they desire to add 1. They tell you, ama nichukue tu 3. Why are you going to get 3 photos from 5 poses? Considering the fact that clients do not always give their best expressions in their photo shoots. They do not show their best selves. There are sometimes, even you, sometimes you don't have your best self. Sometimes you don't have your best face. You don't have your best smile. You don't have your best anything. Right? And so you'd understand when I say that in 5 poses they can find 2, because chances are in those 2 they have posted their best. But there are times that they've done they've not posted their best because they were thinking about something, somebody called them and interrupted them with a call and all that. At some point when we grow enough, you're going to have an anti-phones in your hands policy. Because I cannot tell you how many times I've seen someone interrupted by a call and that call changed her mood. She did not stop shooting, but she wasn't the same girl anymore. Now, when I'm shooting, I shoot 3 kinds of photos all the time. 1, I shoot the forward-facing one. That is intended for the boobs, facial expressions, the hair and everything. The back-facing one, it's intended for the ass especially, and a little bit of the face and the thighs sometimes, and feet, especially those with nice beautiful feet. Medium ones, full body ones, the ones that someone sit down on a chair. I know I'm not showing you the results we are getting from this, so let me do that so that we can move quickly to the shoot that followed it, because that's what I woke up at 6 to edit. This is 5 headed toward 6. I've woken up that early because I have deliverables to make. Also, I slept early, and I'm not the kind that wakes up very early. But because I like working late at night. But yesterday I slept early, so my sleep would still end early. So the photos I'm discussing are these ones. Sorry. They were shot using 3 lights. This light, which you can see it here. This light, this is SK400 Mark II with a gel. This is an SK300 Mark II, and another one in the 120 octa, an MS300. That's how I shot that. So now the photos until we get to where we are. So you'll see I shoot mediums, full body ones. 90% of clients will pick full bodies, except 2 kind of clients. 1, those who don't like their feet. 2, those with very many scars on their feet. 3, those who think they are not beautiful from the waist down. They only have a face in their judgment, and they think anything below there is not as attractive. Remember, photos for women are intended to cause attraction. But so, because I didn't know what a client will like, so I shoot close and full, close, full, close, like that. Then back. This is for the ass. If she had a tummy, you'll not see it in this photo. So she will not have a reason not to pick images saying, sipendi hiyo tumbo yangu. If she says, oh, because of my tummy, I don't like the photos, I'll ask her, what about this one? Because you'll have difficult clients, the ones who will always look for an excuse to make you work for a whole hour. And they'd pick one or no photo at all. If that happens, then if that happens, ensure that you shoot variety so that when she complains because of one, you show her another. Maybe she'll turn like this and then she'll say, I don't like my panty. You ask her, kwani nani aliiva? You know, sometimes if someone decides to be unreasonable with you, then you have no reasons to be reasonable with them. They say a stupid excuse, give them a stupid question. Make them make sense, because people are very disturbing out here. And remember, you're out here for business, not to make friends. Good business would always resort to friendship. Perfect. But no, sometimes it doesn't. So we shot from behind, then she sat on a stool. We shot some of those. When you see us going to that other room, that is where I am now. It's not a bedroom, it's where I am now, the editing room. We are leaving so that we can go for what? We are leaving so that we can go for selection. So she came, selected the 3 that we edited yesterday. These ones. And I did show you the befores and afters for them. If you haven't seen that, please visit yesterday's live stream. You'll see what they were. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on to the next photo shoot that followed that requires an edit too. Which constitute the reason for which I woke up very early. Sikuamka mapema juu ya bidii. I woke up early because I have promises to keep. I actually thought I would sleep for 2-3 hours and wake up and edit, but sadly, that didn't happen. So we'll import the images, then show you the video, then we begin the edits. I think that will be a good approach. This is the last bunch of photo shot on Sunday. Today is Friday. Sometimes we get as many clients as those. So if you're planning to shoot with us, check with us whether we have a space for you to book. Just walking in does not make your case any better. People think that if they book, I tell them I can't, then it's not a good way to approach. Actually, they are not the last. There is another like 4 clients, which some will receive their photos next week. There are many, some paid 20 images. Some are baby bumps, those can wait. We shall also edit them together with you here. Some are birthday shoots. A birthday coming up at date 3 next month. So I should deliver those by that year. They have like 6 days. There are some that shoot well early, like 14 days to time. So you have enough time to organize yourself. And I love that. Now the first image here is 3547. The issue with Githurai is that churches are all around us. The problem is not them being around us, but how loud they make their speakers. They put a speaker outside and then they yak as though they are the only business around. If we did our own speakers outside, that stopped them from working, they would send someone to tell us, lower the volume of the speakers of your club. They are disturbing us at the church. But a club cannot ask a church to reduce the loudness of their speakers because they are affecting people in a club. I'm done ranting. Now, for this image, 90% of it is great, even in the shooting. But we lower the highlights a little so that these colors stop burning. Like that. When I said a little, I did not mean much. I meant a little. And that's all there is to it. We will not edit it beyond that. The next image is 3527. Part of the reason why you can't see me is because the camera is out there. I set it up well early for it to record a time lapse of the sunrise. If it comes out nice, I'll show you the results. I did that yesterday, and then the camera lost its angle. I did not tighten the friction arm correctly. $35.52. So halfway down the time lapse, the camera lost its direction and faced down. So the outcome was not as awesome. And even if there is no sun, just the transition from night to day, to people switching off lights and brightness hitting places that were initially dark, that transition is awesome. So those are the 3 images we are going to edit. Perfect. I already have an idea of what I'm going to do with them. But before that, I'll show you the photo shoot, the behind scene video for that photo shoot. And here it is. I tried to use auto. She was so dark, so I used manual, and the manual exposed her correctly, but the results for when it shows me or when I'm standing next to the window, I'm too bright and all. But it's not about me, it's about her. So we shot a few while she's standing, and I'll show you the results of those other photos. She didn't pick them, but I can still show you the results we got. So that even if my client didn't pick them, but yours might like them, you simply select those. Penzi langu mizani mizito naishi hapa. So it started with her sitting. I don't know why I have photos of her sitting before the photos of her standing. So the results you are getting as follows. Maybe this side would be the best place. Then we went down. And when she was down, we shot the following. She's one of the prettiest women I've shot in the recent past. So she has a body, man. She has youthfulness. She has excitement. She's happy. She's not sad. She's vibes, to say the least. So I'm forwarding it so that I can show you the results we get every time we change a pose. Mia feel Mia. When you shoot, remember to shoot JPEG and RAW, or just RAW. Like the photos you're looking at are RAW. That's why even when everything looks very bright, the RAW moderates that. You see? Now that's what we shot while we were on the ground. Let's call it on the floor. There's a time she sat on her feet. I'm wondering why I cannot see that video. It seems like I did not record that part of the video. Then we were done. We went to select. Now, I'll show you those others whose video I can't see. Here they are. She has a bunda, a very nice, well-shaped, good size of bunda. So roughly, this is all we shot. This is all. All this you see is all we shot from that photo shoot, and she picked the ones we just imported. So now we begin the edit. Is that word begin or commence? I think it's commence. Checking whether her face is in focus. Because if it's not, we might need to revisit the photos within the series that she picked and see whether we can find one that is sharply in focus. So this one is not sharp on the face. You see, because focus was somewhere on the knees or something. So if she picked a photo that her face is not fully in focus and there is another one that is in focus, then we would and it's the same pose, same expression, all that, then because there are times that your focus point is not right at the eye, so it focuses on other things. Nevertheless, after zooming in, everything is fine. So let's begin with the background. We start with the clicking away and the painting out. One of the challenges I get when I'm shooting on a black background is the fact that most hair, braids, natural hair is black. So it quickly disappears or blends, camouflages together with the background. It makes me need a light for the hair, and as you can see, that light is there. Sometimes it's very difficult to set it up, trust me, because I have a small studio, so I don't have a space to set the backlight. If it stands behind someone, it's too hot, because these cheap studio lights are usually having the lowest output gain to be 1/16. I can tell you this much. If 1/16 is not 1/16 of 400 watts, what is 400 watts divided by 16? Let me tell you how many watts those are, so that you understand. 400 watts divided by 16, 25 watts. And those are not just watts, they are watt seconds. That, if it's not in a softbox, so that you lose a stop or something, 1/16 is enough to fill a whole room with light, even if it's bounced on a wall. 1/16 is a lot of light. So in a small studio, you are going to have hot spots in places where your backlight hits the comes into contacts, is a better word, with skin. And mostly those hot spots is what our clients call shine. Now I've solved the background already. Now I'm dealing with the floor. I'll do the click aways using the spot healing brush tool. And those hot spots is what you'll hear someone says, "Mbona na shine sana uso?" They do not realize that it is your lights that were too hot on her skin. So again, they ask you to find a way to edit it out, or they drop the photo. You will decide, no, I would rather keep the money and find a way to edit it out. Now imagine having to take away a hot spot from skin for all the images she selects. If she pays for 22 images, do you know how much work that is? It takes me 3 hours to edit 5 images. Is it 5 hours? 3 hours to edit 3. Like yesterday we did 3 hours 45 minutes to edit 3 images. So 22 is like 3 days of work without interruption, without someone interrupting you. In 8 hours I can usually edit 10. if I intend to do a proper edit, unless they were shot on white. Photos shot on white are very easy to edit if the client is also not wearing what? White, because it's also very difficult to select that background. The background becomes impossible. So I'm just patching areas, saying I don't like this, replace it with this. That's what patch tool does. And every time before you click an area, try to first prepare the other larger area around it. You notice I started with a distant before I came near her. There's a reason for that. Because if Photoshop cannot find a good place to sample, it will either sample the problem and patch that with a problem, or sample the skin, which worsens the matters. But if the other area is clean, when it goes around to look for evened out pixels, it will easily find something to use. The textures there don't align. So when you're patching, do not pick something here and drag it all the way here. You'll get very rough textures. Patch an area with another area that is close and around it, similar to it in lighting, similar to it in texture. Proximity is key. If it doesn't work out, try cloning. All this that I'm doing can be avoided if you use a perspect. The problem is that the perspect, 1, is breakable, 2, it scratches because of female heels, 3, it's reflective, it reflects your lights. So you might have to also edit out those hotspots when your backlight reflects on the floor. Like there's no rest for the wicked in this town. Good enough. Now the environment is good to begin with. Before I continue, I'll still find this, check whether there is anything to click away from her skin. And I'll do just that. So I'll make a copy. I make a copy every time I'm doing a new step. If I make a mistake or wish to go back, I don't go back very far. I don't have to press Ctrl Z. I can just mask out that part and it will reveal the layer below. Like reset just that one part to what it was before I started doing the whole area or the whole face. If I finish without any complications, I merge down, then I make another copy for the next step. Like if there are people who feel justified, it's the church. You can never tell them that their speakers are loud. They've even given Mosiria nightmares. So I'm clicking away all the spots. You need to remember, partly why we edit is to perfect the look of an image. It's not because you cost it, not because you have to, but if you love what you do, this is now value addition. To photography. Just the way you can clean potatoes after you have dug them up from a farm. Just the way you would add preservatives to meat after slaughtering a cow is the very same way we do this in Photoshop, in photography. Merge down, make another copy, and another, because the other one is supposed to be a check layer, so you can brighten it so that it helps us make a selection for the subject so that we can smoothen the area, the environment and all. Didn't do a good job, so let's deselect, make it brighter. Maybe we need more light for Photoshop to see. That's the same, so nobody can help it. Then you go in and try your best to paint in those areas without painting beyond the area you want to include that was excluded. Poimoy, 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 poimoy. Poimoy, 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 poimoy. I need to go all around the edge. It's a painstaking process, but again, we didn't leave our mother's houses to come and rest in town. This is what constitutes work. It's somewhere in those borders, within the borders, among the borders, that resources follow. We'll leave the hair alone for now. That's a little complicated. We'll come back to it in a few. You're painting with a white brush on the mask, not on the subject layer. We're done going round. So let's include the hair now. Keep adjusting the size of the brush accordingly. Is it even according or needfully? When need be. Sometimes when you're an editor, it also surprises you that when you want a certain brush size, you just push a slider and you get there. Someone who is just starting out will think you have like a vernier caliper to measure. It's called in Swahili uzoefu. Doing it a lot until your muscle memory masters just like around how many pixels do you need to get a certain brush size. Even you, your head doesn't know, but you know it when you see it. If you're starting out and you do not know, just keep fiddling with it and edit very regularly. You see the way in school teachers tell you do solve 3 mathematical equations a day. Was it 3 or 10? And you'll get better at mathematics. It's the same with editing. Edit a minimum of 5 images a day. Even doing the things you already know. Now we'll inverse it. See what we left out that needs to be included. Remember, this bright layer is just intended for us to see what we are doing. You're just trying like, it's the same as cramping up the ISO. Is it cramping? Vamping up the ISO so that we can see in the dark. After we've created this mask, this paint, this solid layer that you're going to use to load a selection from, will have no more use for will not have any more use for that bright layer. You just switch it off. and continue working in the dark. We used the light. It's like setting up your house during the day so that at night when you come home, you know where the table was. You might not need the sun again to find your bed. But if you walked into if you left things all over the place, when you come at night, you will need light to see where you're going so that you don't fall or hit against something. That should be enough. Switch it off. Load the selection. While holding down on control, double click the mask. That's how you load the selection. Then we run the Brian Umos background cleanup. If you need this action, the link is in the description. This is what it does. Rather, it's the difference it makes. Now, because of just beauty reasons, we'll need a copy of... Let's merge all these three layers. Make another copy. Drag this mask down while holding down on Alt. That's copying the mask. Convert it to smart object. I want to make a reflection of the same image. So Control T, then right click and flip vertical. Drag it down. Then right click and select warp. Then move these parts of the body until they align correctly. The lion speaks tonight. That's enough. We go to puppet warp. Control H to hide the net. Those are the parts I don't want to move, but this one cannot also be far, so I need it to move inside like that. This part cannot be outside, so I need it to move. Good enough. That's how reflections work. If you put something, if I had a camera, I'll show you. If you placed something on something reflective, the reflection starts immediately, not after. That's why we need to align it that way. Put it in a group. Copy the mask down while holding down on Alt. That is, you drag it down while holding down on Alt. Then inverse the mask. Correct? I need Control T for that. Sorry. Let's rasterize that thing so that it's easy to work with. Control T. Let's warp it so that you can push the knees outside. Perfect. Now we reduce opacity. Now you see the reflection is dope. This mask is just supposed to ensure that the reflection starts in the right place. Alright. The next thing is the background. So we need to look for something for the background. I have an idea of what I want to put there, but I don't remember where. Don't remember where that is. So I'll just scroll up my backgrounds. The lion speaks tonight. Let's try this door. Drag it inside the group. The door has too much character. Too much character, so it's pretty, but too much character. So I'm just testing backgrounds to see which one looks great. That is good enough, but it lacks character. So I'll keep, that is the first one I'll keep. It's the one that comes closest to something I could use. I like images that are very striking. You look at a photo I've done, and the first thing you say is, wow, how did he achieve that? So when I'm editing, I'm looking for that wow factor. Now that's more like it. Just need it hotter, maybe somewhere in the overlays or hard light. Then I'll add a mask, take away that edge. Good enough. Now we look for a color lookup that darkens the background. I had others that had a Milot selection. I should go look for those ones. No, I like it when it's that color. That color is closest to the color she has on, and it matches very well. The orangeness in the image is giving. Now a color lookup that beautifies the skin. We'll try the V6 before we pick any other. Since we don't want to edit the image all day. This is V6. I just need it on skin, so I'll put it on in a group, inverse it, get a brush. I'll first do the hand because that is complex. Zero hardness. Then I'll do the thighs right from where they come in collision, where they join with the shirt. Now you see the skin looks brilliant. Now, even if we change to this color lookup now for any other, it will mostly affect the part I left out here. It will mostly affect the skin. Only, and that is the intention. So let's scroll up. That one looks good already. I'm happy with it, except that it looks a little colorful without contrast. So let's put depth in there. Nice. A little of it, less, like 70. Now that makes for better skin. I'm whitening the teeth, just removing the yellowness. To get it right here, you have to paint one tooth after another. Do the same for the sclera. Let's now smoothen her skin further so that she looks like a doll. When you do texture, you don't want it to look like rice on the face. No, you don't. And when you're painting, ensure hardness is at 0. Now you see, the skin is now more even. If it's too much, we are going to reduce the opacity. So let's first finish painting. If there is something most girls love, some don't, but most girls is this. If you think about it, all those gels, lotions, all the kind of cosmetic you see on her dressing table is just intended to give her soft, beautiful skin. So, and you just know there's a limit to which artificial things can make you look. So when they come to you and you intensify it, give her that the thighs look more uneven. I don't know why. So I'll make another copy. And in that copy, I'll blur the inner layer more. Yes, now the feet are even. So we are going to take it out from the rest of the hand and the face. We leave it just at the feet so that the feet looks smoother. And even then we are going to lower that opacity to 70. Good. So let's try add some contrast to that image as a whole. Perfect. Now the branding. Done. Let's export it. On to the next image. Give me a minute.
Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch.
I'm back. Let's continue. There's nothing much to it. So let's begin with selecting the background. Make a copy. Rasterize it. Make another copy. Control L, raise the lighting. Then select subject. Make a solid layer, green again. Then come in and paint in on the mask. This is the mask. This is the solid color with white. So you need to paint with a white brush, white, and then on the mask. Ensure that opacity and flow up here are at 100, opacity and fill here are at 100. Oh, one more thing, that it's 100% hardness, this one. Then you make your selections.
All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like a you, or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to.
You ensure to move around the edges of your subject, because subject select only checks the edges to make the selection, the contrast around the edges. So move around your image to see whether there is anything that has been left out. Slowly, gradually, all around without missing a part. Yes. And if you see a part that requires your attention, just give it the attention it so much deserves. The better the selection, the beautiful the edit, and the easier it is to hide the edit. Let's continue.
Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like a YouTube jingle, or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes?
If there's something you need to be while you're an editor, is petty. Pettiness is very important to an editor. Don't ignore a part, even when it looks small and insignificant. Just make that adjustment. Pettiness is a friend to an editor. Pettiness. You're wondering, what can that part of hair even do to a human? If it was left out, what is the worst that can happen? There's no worse. Trust me. Because it's not an issue of life and death. We're editing a photo, not the person. The person is at home resting. Nevertheless, pettiness is going to help you navigate this life as an editor very well. So be petty. Make those petty small changes. Even when they seem insignificant, just make them.
Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like a YouTube jingle? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like you? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes?
We're now done with the making of the outline. Now we load the selection. While holding down on control, you double click the mask. Then you run the Brian Umos background cleanup action. With just an expansion of 1, you could use the expansion of 3, but I find 1 to be perfect for my works. Perfect. Let's create a group, call it background BG. Copy this mask and inverse it. Copy it, control, click the mask, control and I, inverse it. I'm doing that so that I can go back and get that color lookup that made everything reddish. This one, because I liked what it's doing to the general look of the image. Then go look for something to add to the background of that photo. Change the blend mode. Blur it up slightly. 8 pixels is enough. reduce opacity, add a mask, take away part of it so that the floor is clean. I'll come back and clean the floor. You can see it. Do not imagine that I can't. Then this is what we did for skin. So we'll drag and drop it in right there. Delete that mask. Go inside, copy that mask from above down here, because you want more or less the same concept, and then inverse a mask on top of it, and now paint back on the skin with a brush that is white at 0% hardness. So we paint on just the skin. All right, I'll take some time to do that, then I'll talk you through the rest.
As deposit for XYZ, and when I
Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy? Or full
Right, we are done with the painting. We'll feather it up a little, just slightly, 2 to 3 pixels, just so that if there's a brush stroke that went wrong, we do not see that hard edge. Now the next thing here is to click away. Now we'll click away everything we can see on the background. Let's switch off this background momentarily. We'll click away everything we can see on the background and everything we can see on skin. We'll use the spot healing brush tool, this one. So anything like this we see on the background that needs to be taken away, we take away. Anything we see on the face like that, we take it away. So again, and keep reducing your brush accordingly to the size of the blemish or the inconsistency on the skin or on the cloth that you want to click away. You click it and you want it to disappear like that. So again, I'll take some time and do that, talk you through the rest.
transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley
while clicking away things, I've noticed the eyes are yellow. I don't want to go then come back. So I added let me put this at the top of everything. On top of everything, I add a hue saturation layer. Pick the hand. I know it's yellow, but just like show you the process. For a beginner, they might not be able to know whether that is red or what. Just click it and lighten it up like that. Then double click and invert it. Then paint in with a white brush, one tooth after another, to take away the yellowness and also the yellowness of the eye. That's all. Let's keep working. When you're doing this, do one tooth at a time. Don't pick a big brush and brush once. And it's not like really much will happen, but there is always a color or something, or contamination, some yellow, some bleaching or whatever near at the middle of each tooth. So you don't want it to look like one huge humongous tooth. So that's why you are not touching those demarcations that separate one tooth from another. It's just like you wouldn't paint that effect inside the pupil. You want it to remain brown if it is, black if it is, blue if it is, gray if it is. Because in essence, we are beautifying the photo. This is the beautifying part of the photography. You are beautifying the photo, not creating your own person. You're not making a new person. You're not trying to change her identity. Yes.
With Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like a YouTube jingle? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow.
So we'll pick a value here that separates, that makes this part very smooth, because it's the very reason why we are doing this in the first place.
Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short
So this is the area that bothered me much.
or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes?
Can touch up the rest slightly. Let me zoom out just so that you can see what I'm doing here. Let's make it 100. There's something to click away here. Anytime you see a problem, don't leave it. It's not very easy for you to forget about it, export it, and then after you sent the photo to a client and it's already at their statuses, that's when you notice a problem there. So avoid such. Your pride is in your work. The better works you put out will become the pride of your life. So the skin slightly, the face doesn't require that much retouch, so we are going to use like 20-25 and paint in here. Maybe you don't see what we are doing, but we are doing something. I think I've slightly overdone the face, so I'll make it like 10, and on that layer use black brush and reduce it. I'm losing some features. Yeah, now it's good. Now the branding. This photo is much brighter than this. I'll either have to make this one brighter or make this one darker. And I think that's what we'll do. We'll make this one darker, because darker is sexier. So you push that and pull this one down. That way it will stop shouting. We export it. And move on to the next one. This one. So again, we'll begin by making a copy, rasterizing it. Select the areas you want to fill with content aware fill. You could do the same for other areas too. You don't have to patch all the time. Then merge down. You right click and merge down. Then from there we'll begin to click away everything, both on her and on the background, until we have evenness. All right. Now you're done the clicking away. We'll make 2 copies. And then Control L, brighten up 1 copy so that we can use that to select subject. The process is the same, so just follow through.
Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy? Like you, or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like a YouTube jingle? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point.
Now we are done selecting and smoothing the background. We'll begin by looking for what to add to the background, but before that, we'll go get that group again we used to lighten the skin. Delete the mask. Delete the other mask too. Now we are going to add a background. I'm going to look for that, then drag it in. You might need to use Copilot to redesign it. I have one in mind. I hope I find it.
Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes. Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make the short and punchy like a YouTube jingle? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like you? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes?
Now we are done finding the perfect background for that image. The photo now looks like this. Now the only thing that is left, let's reduce the opacity. It looks very strong.
Beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic.
Like that, that's good enough. The only thing that is remaining is just the smoothing of the background using an action, and we're done. Then I'll show you befores and afters and call it a morning. We'll have finished all the images before 8:30, which is awesome. All right, let's do the skin smoothing.
Story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes. Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like you? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? Cut, trim, color, make the vision glow. Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From beginners to the masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise. Just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like a YouTube jingle? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes? masters, watch your skills grow. Hit that play button, let the magic flow. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Transition smooth, effects on point. Every clip lined up, frame by frame we join. Your story's alive, it's a perfect pitch. All thanks to the guide of Stanley Mitch. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Turn every frame into pure cinematic bliss. From the timeline to the final stitch, you'll shine, you'll rise, just flip that switch. Lights, camera, edit, the future's rich. Edit like a pro with Stanley Mitch. Do you want me to make this short and punchy like a YouTube jingle? Or a full promotional anthem that could run for a few minutes?
Right, now we are done with the edits. I'm going to take you through the review. Let's confirm that the skin tones are the same. These two are the same skin tone. This one has a lot of magentas, so we are going to take away that magenta from the entire image by just adding a red channel and taking away magenta. That way the skin will look consistent. You see, it's always nice to ensure that your photos come out looking like it's the same person, with similar skin tones, similar skin texture, more or less the same environment, beauty, attraction, all that kind of good thing. Give a person a reason to come back, not because you asked them to come back, not because they like you, but because they can't avoid you. You're so good that they can't avoid you. Someone will think it's pride when I say that, but why shouldn't you be proud of your good work? What's wrong with you being proud of your good work? It might be pride, fine, but what's wrong with you being proud of your good work? You are ashamed of your bad work when it was bad. Why should you still be ashamed when it's good now? Now, I'll show you befores and afters for these images. The very first image, this one, is 3552. Tagulamboni kutambaula tata amoyo mwe. Tagulamboni kutambaula tata amoyo mwe. Tagulamboni kutambaula tata amoyo mwe. Amoyo mwe. Amoyo mwe. This was the before. This is the after. For this image, 3527.
Stanley Mitch will teach you how to steal the show. From
this is the before, this is the after. Amoyo mwe, amoyo mwe, amoyo mwe. Dagula mboni kutambaula tata amoyo mwe. Dagula mboni kutambaula tata amoyo mwe. Tagilama nigutembaula tata amoyomwe. 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 This is the before and this is the after. Now we align all of them. Amoyomwe. 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 Tagulambo nigutembaula tata amoyomwe. Tagilama nigutembaula tata amoyomwe. Dagalama nigutembaula tata amoyomwe. That's the best arrangement I could think of. Thank you for being here this early in the morning. Thank you for your support. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit a like, share with a friend who you think could benefit from such a lesson. See you in the next live stream. My name is Stanley Mitch, signing out.